Louisville Metro Police were called to the 1200 block of Algonquin Parkway around 8:45 p.m. in the evening. Someone called 911 and stated that a lady had a gun and she had a boy wrapped in a blanket who appeared to be dead. Police arrived on scene about 9:30 p.m. and found Caitlin Renee Higgins, 28 years old, of Louisville, Kentucky, sitting on the porch. There was blood on the front steps. Officers believed someone was in immediate danger, which is probable cause, so they opened the trunk of the car that Higgins said was hers, and found the body of her 10-year-old son, Kyon Higgins Jr. The arrest report says that after being given her Miranda rights, Higgins admitted that she tried to cut the victim's tongue out of his mouth. She also admitted to shooting her son and placing him in the trunk of the car. Higgins was booked into Louisville Metro Corrections and is being held on $250,000 cash bond. Jefferson District Judge Jennifer Wilcox agreed to double her $250,000 bond. The Commonwealth has made a motion today to increase your bond to $500,000, Judge Wilcox told Higgins during an online court appearance. Having reviewed the violent nature of these allegations, and your criminal history, I do believe that that is appropriate and I will grant the motion. I heard the gunshots last night. I did. I didn't know, Taylor Alexandra, who was nearby during the shooting, told Wave 3 News. I was on the phone with my friend. Alexandra also stated her friend heard the gunshot through the phone call as well. Oh my God, it felt very close to home, she said. I felt like I wish I could have saved the child. I know I heard those shots. Is there something I could have done? Mia Lancaster, the boy's babysitter, hurried to the house the morning after when she found out what happened. This should have never happened, she said. He was so smart. He was a beautiful kid and literally just stayed in his room and played games. I've never had an issue with him, ever. He was a sweet, loving child. He was such a good boy. Lancaster also said she wanted to check on the toddler that also lived at Higgins' house, but no one appeared to be home. This is so unfair. This is so unfair, Lancaster said. She had plenty of people, if she was struggling, to drop him off. We would have cared for him. We would have cared for him. One call is all it would have taken. Lancaster says, she hopes the younger child doesn't end up also becoming a victim as well. She says she's even offered to take care of the child. However, that would be up to the court, depending on the outcome of what happens. Senator Morgan McGarvey said, with these types of egregious crimes, House Bill 310 seems to be a statute that will serve its purpose. The bill passed in March and aims to help keep repeat offenders off the streets and in much-needed treatment. There was a crack in the law that said if you're not competent to stand trial, but you won't respond to treatment, then you're let go, McGarvey explained. What we notice is there are people danger to themselves, to others, who still need that treatment. Higgins did not have a past criminal history. Records show only citations over the years for a few traffic-related violations and for not having her dogs properly licensed. Court records show she also filed a domestic violence protection order against a man in 2014, and had a divorce case in Jefferson Family Court involving another man that began last December. The babysitter for the children told news reporters that the 10-year-old, better known as KJ, had once shown up with scratches on his face and neck and a black eye, and after his death this week, the woman said she regretted not contacting Child Protective Services previously. This wasn't the Caitlin I knew, the babysitter, Mia Lancaster, told WHAS. KJ was a sweet loving child. He was such a good boy. The story shocked Pam Darnell when it first came to her attention across the news. It just is heartbreaking, Darnell said. It's tragic, it's horrific and it's heartbreaking. Darnell is the CEO of the Family and Children's Place, an organization dedicated to preventing child abuse and stepping in to stop it when it happens. She told Wave 3 News child abuse situations are preventable 100% of the time. It is really incredibly important that we help new parents understand and learn, with their own strengths, how to make sure their babies are raised safely, Darnell said. Grace Akers agreed. Akers is the CEO of St. Joseph Children's Home, an organization that cares for children that have been victims of trauma and help them get the therapy and they desperately need. Akers told Wave 3 News the responsibility falls on everyone to identify child abuse and report it. Don't ignore the signs of maltreatment with that child, and don't ignore the dynamics that you see, Akers said. Neighbors had previously contacted Animal Services about Higgins allegedly abusing her 2 dogs. Records indicate Higgins had received 3 citations for animal neglect in the past. I already thought something suspicious was going on in this house due to the animal abuse, a neighbor stated. Higgins teared up while explaining how she hasn't been able to phone anyone from jail. So I don't even know where my child's being buried or anything, Higgins told Wilcox. Wilcox said the mother will be given the chance to hire an attorney but otherwise will have a public defender. The court entered a preliminary not guilty plea for Higgins in her court appearance which was held in Jefferson Circuit Court, on May 3. A grand jury indicted Higgins on charges of child abuse and tampering with evidence for the death of Kyon Higgins Jr. Not all children who are being abused show outward physical signs. Their abuse could be well hidden. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention website, at least 1 in 7 children have experienced child abuse and/or neglect in the past year, and this is likely an underestimate. In 2019, 1,840 children died of abuse and neglect in the United States. Children who are abused and neglected may suffer immediate physical injuries such as cuts, bruises or broken bones, as well as emotional and psychological problems, such as impaired social-emotional skills, or anxiety. If you are being abused, or know or suspect someone is being abused, reach out. Your voice may save a life. 1-800-4A-CHILD operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and receives calls from throughout the United States, Canada, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and Guam. Please subscribe, like and share. Have a fabulous day, and please stay safe.